it to, of course, try and win it in 2 first, but if they need
Right, we got Full Sense on defense, DFM on attack, straight up pistol, 5-man group.
There's definitely, you know, some signs of worry here and there, and you're definitely right as well. It's a fantastic point to make because,
well, as we can see, picking the right site.
Some recent interviews as well, you know, new guys in the team, and then because he's not there to really lead them in the middle of the rounds anymore.
Is this a 16-hour day? Yeah, something like that.
They're still going to go right into the round anyway. Of course, Full Sense backing off onto that defense, holding off a different angle while DFM pushes up.
Yeah, taking the space. You definitely want to do this in a 5 versus 5 pistol. Got a little bit of utility that you can drop onto the side as well, that you look towards
Big fade-eye. Big fade-eye.
So they're only going to
combo it with the flash.
From Cess a little bit later as the time starts to tick away.
Just trying to kick things off with the initial utility, but look, Yatzka able to hold
my only
it off.
issue with it.
Shots already found. Paint shells coming in. Main dives onto the grenade, but at the same time, Killa finding a shot onto Yatzka as well. Still though, time ticking away from the spike.
I had an issue with it, and I still think they might win.
Different angle has been spotted, but also takes down Leviathan and looks for a couple more shots. Diving into the kills as well.
Bro. I mean, we said that we were a little worried about the aim diff. My goodness.
Yeah, so far in pistols throughout
that was
the term
not
of
shots.
Right now,
And one thing that I would have preferred there is like a fade eye that maybe draws the crosshair a little more.
In the negative sense of it, right? Losing
like
more
a fade eye at the top,
so
fade eye behind them.
To pick this one up on the back of some very sharp
maybe
shots
even
from
just
Die,
like
something
a little more to the right.
Missing, right?
Didn't have to change too much for this, but
a lot of the impact that he
it was a nice idea. At least they comboed it. We had a nade behind as well. Do these 2 shots?
I think that's going to be really important, and always in these 5 versus 5
last shot is
5 versus 5 pistols, it can always get a little bit topsy-turvy, right? Do you have the utility? Are you playing more for that? Are you playing more for kills? Full Sense, they are a team that will be happy to take you in the kill fights. So
Eco Hunter, everyone can get one shot.
Look for some advantages later on before going for the plants.
Setting him up for the recon. A good learning round for Full Sense, maybe. That they're reconning out towards here, so they might have someone to go break this.
So Premium gets back over towards B with the Outlaw. And you got the KJ set up there as well, which is actually going to be tested in mid at the moment. Jip Boys gets a headache. Do DFM want to continue towards B, or do they want to reroute though? Because there's some options that could get quite interesting here.
Start to poke around. But either way, at the same time, Full Sense definitely somewhat prepared for it thanks to the util, the player positioned up inside A main right now.
It's going to be one of these things as well for the KJ utility, right? Where we do see a lot of teams opt to put the turret.
The 5 pass and hit from Art.
Watch it, and you got the alarm bot.
I always say we don't see teams do this because it's madness,
so
but it's an eco.
For DFM to attempt to get into this A site. And getting the plant here, Quack, is not bad.
No, they actually got quite a lot for this, to be honest.
But, you know, we'll see how clean Full Sense can really take this. The pop flash, perhaps
they
not quite expected, so Leviathan will take the fall.
Imagine they traded that out. They actually win that round if they trade that out. That's kind of insane.
2 remaining players for DFM. Yeah, not much else. They can only hold the off angles out from stairs. So Primi pushing up. Unfortunately, not finding the outlaw shot, but Kill was still around the corner.
Still, though, got to feel good about that. They did good damage.
Still some damage, though.
Yep. When you got that A main territory
Chaki with the prime. Thank you for the 6 months, man. Appreciate you.
Full Sense. So a bit surprising the DFM do try to run back in towards main and not have a
I think fade eyes are the most overrated piece of util, especially in ranked, mate. It's a self-report, bro. I know you're not above diamond.
Ultimate that can turn favor in this next one. So we'll see how it's going to be piloted for them, because on this map, right, we do see Full Sense lack a bit of this extremity control. We see a lot of teams go for the Euro extremity control with a fade behind it. You want to push in, you know, an extra agent, no matter which.
Can I guess? I reckon you're gold. If you're saying that, I reckon you're gold 3.
Coming in towards this one for Full Sense.
Maybe I'm overrating you.
These ideas going to be coming into play.
You're plat 3?
So.
Okay.
Back
we're in the right ballpark.
Last played this map, it was
mate, it's like one of the best, most underrated bits of util. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This round still. Killa finding first contact though with a little peek down middle.
Yeah, player advantage is certainly take
okay,
that right now.
snowballing. Potential snowball.
Got a bit of a deeper push in towards the B side.
Stack over towards it. Dude, Full Sense do this quite a lot, by the way.
In towards the side if you want to try and get it, right? You're not
where they just take, they even do it on buy rounds, where they essentially just gamble. This one makes a little bit of sense, right? They go in aggro, they're trying to enable this. They can early clear, they can retake with the Razor.
There's some options that DFM need to start to decide where they want to end this round, because if they do bring the spike back towards A, for example, the mighty force of Full Sense is pretty much all here. it could be a wrong call if they do this. And you gotta remember, Cess on the other side of the map because of this Astra has plagued DFM a lot sometimes.
Yeah, not quite showing up in the kill department at times. Right now, just trying to perhaps poke a little bit inside of our. We'll see if there's anything there, and it does feel like there's something there. What they also don't know, though, is this judge. Jitboy springs forward, but unfortunately falls to Yatska.
Too premature for him in that
sure,
moment in
do
time.
you raise or in this round? I think they might still. Fair amount of util. They got one flash to make sure he can get through the choke. Oh, the raise is going on the flank. Okay, it's not happening.
Be able to potentially do, but he is going for a flank.
That's a pretty long one. Cess could possibly keep.
Okay, so it's just about damage now. Unless Primi does. I mean, one more pass, Nick, and one shot.
They take him away from it. The flank can activate now with a good shot out from Leviathan traded.
Slowly moving forward, and thanks to that,
Cess was
distracted just enough for Ty
I tell you what, though, they handled this pretty well. Primi's done good. Primi's done really good. But Ty here, patient on this. They distract enough that he has to start focusing over towards site.
Some massive 13-4, 13-5 scorelines, right? We see Pistols, a very big important round in the game of Valorant. We see the second rounds want to go clean, and then you start to play the percentages as well, right? If you're
mate, you can't be doing
rounds,
that.
How much of an interest do you
but
have?
Mighty, you gotta have some lineups,
very
man.
clean retake at the end here, and I love just the focus.
You gotta put some lineup effort in.
Draw the attention onto the site, make it feel like you're really putting the pressure on. Draw Cess away from watching the flank, because when Kaide's gone, there's going to be no flank watch.
Such a pivotal point. Thanks to that 7-0 right now. See how this continues.
Primi can keep on going.
Now,
just keep farming the ecos there.
Dive into A main with May at the helm.
Hero gun. Gonna see what can be facilitated for him to get on in. Yatska with the Dimensional Drift and Akame with the Hunter's Fury can technically be combined for something as well, but you're not gonna do that super early in the mix right now. In another 4-1 position.
Which player is the best here? Most would say Primi. A fair amount would say May.
Definitely pays off at times as well right now. Just a bit of re-clearing with the Prowler.
And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much fair.
Yoru be such a prevalent agent at the moment, isn't it, right? They
like mechanically,
it's
like a head-to-head, to be honest. You got
two
2 of the top 5 duelists, really.
Right now.
At the same time, TP not quite there for Primi perhaps, so Jit Boys.
As in Pacific, at least.
A lot of faith in the NT.
Maybe in the world if you give him enough time.
Absolutely obscured by smoke for now, allowing it to go through as soon as it dissipates. Finds a header.
Dude, that insanely calm. Does feel like a Razor here might have to be popped, but
if I'm just trying to hold on to things
try and make sure you get your money good. Yeah, Ray's going heaven. Oh, we're popping this.
Gets into position now. And the initial artillery utility will fall through. Showstopper gets deployed to secure the round. Why not?
Nearly messed that up, man. He had me so worried.
The rest of full sense proved to
be
very
clean, man. Not too bad at all. 3 people alive, so the money's slowly starting to get there. Fade for the defuse. Yeah, they were arguing about it. Astra's like, give me the ult, and he's like, no, give me the ult. Honestly, on this map, Astra ult on defense might be a lot better. This might be the only map I say that.
There's not going to be much you're going to do. You feel like
even just the pressure alone means that teams have to play so different.
You're not going to be playing for a Hunter's Fury angle in this one. It is your lesser buy. You're trying to see what damage you're going to be able to do to impact Full Sense a little bit later on, and maybe build up some of your own, because we've seen 4 plants in a row currently from DFM. They've been able to get in towards these sites. They've just not been able to lock it down. And this is why I'm talking about an angle.
What's on Fade versus Sova? I think Sova's better on this map, but it's not like I dislike the Fade in any point. Only because literally because the Prowler here isn't as good as like a drone here. That's all I got. Like Fade combo's a little better at the moment, but for some of the XX and honestly, there's cross-map recons that no one does that are strong.
Perhaps hold off Full Sense.
I would slight favor the Sova, but not by much.
Same time, Jit Boys on a long journey.
Yeah, and this alarm bot is going to keep him in check a little bit later on. So you're either trying to remove Kaide or get
Big Bad Beard. Thanks with the 22 months, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
Primi is probably not the weapon that you really want to try and have in this.
Okay, the earlier retakes.
Tricky.
doable. This one,
best chance in the round.
what a nightmare.
Did he not get detected by that alarm bot? He's actually continuing to scale
Astroslot
forward.
goes in.
Enough
distraction on site.
With the flash as well, finally
Wait, how's the alarm bot not
hit
hit
a couple
him?
kills as well, but the spike's starting to go off. Leviathan tries to stick the defuse,
Oh my.
but not quite landing it in the end.
0.05. Bro, how's he got past the alarm bot there?
0.05.
He must have gone right side or something. Dude, I looked at it. I looked at it and I was like, well, I know that's going to get him. Because I don't know how he gets past that. Did he go out of range? Because he was here, right?
The utility stall coming on towards that spike there. You get off it after the grab well already halved there. And it feels a little bit sloppy in the mix. Full Sense not able to get the job done. I mean, it gets super close at the end, but not a reliable way for DFM to start to string some rounds together. Got to be a bit
the
more
money's in the bin
convincing.
with this one as well. 1-9 loss bonus if they lose it. Obviously,
As they go for the walk of 5
Full Sense
up through B,
need to eco too if they lose this, so big round.
Potentially caught in the open, risky spray of the van.
Oh, they keep it real simple on
He
this.
does manage to hop back in though, and somehow baits
Oh,
May
that's
into
insanely
peeking as well.
early. I think he
Lockdown
should
now
have
gets
chilled
the
with this
point.
personally.
Kaide gets his own off the plant
But
as
they
well.
get the
Probably
plant
won't
anyway,
rip
and
this
they still
nice
got
and
Astro
early.
to play off of the killer
Bit of a
combo.
difficult one to hold, you'd feel, and there it does go.
Risky peek, but it does somewhat pay off. Counter lockdown being deployed by DFM as well.
Didn't get onto the spike early enough. They got a problem with this killjoy is look how
a little
far
bit
back it is.
space
It doesn't change too
for
much.
Full Sense to get into position, try to work alongside that cosmic divide. Yatsuka dives back in, but at the same time, way too low health. Cess trying to keep Full Sense in check with that stinger at different ranges, but now Full Sense trying to get on top of the spike. It's been smoked off.
Not
Kaide
Astro
finds a
in this
shot with a
round.
straight bullet and manages to get Primi at the end.
Yeah, good hold from DFM. Kind of wondering if Leviathan was going to use a cosmic
Yeah,
divide of his own.
you gotta use it on this one. It's a big round, forces them down to eco. If you lose it, you have to eco. They're all behind here, you know they are because of the killjoy.
Outset look of it, but hey,
Do it close to the spike.
It's great from Yatsuka to find Jitboys within that as well. Did notice that Kaide got caught from the lockdown, but he was already protected enough that it didn't really matter. Then
Dude, imagine Astro here.
And fight he does. Coming out with the denial at the end.
Hey, you legit win that.
Defuse for our current, I call him superstar of the league.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake for
A lot
sure.
of the good fights, the good frags. Not going to be able to win that one, and now we have a bit of an economic problem for
Everyone can get one shot. Uh-oh.
So being able to come out on top of the first initial engagement and remove the smokes from DFM is not too shabby.
No,
Yeah,
that's a
not
nice pick.
discouraged from taking up further space. DFM though will go somewhere else.
Yeah, towards Art, where they're just going to get sniffed already by the Prowler. Again, with a bit of a 4-1 lean. Mid being kept in check for Jitboys by the turret at top mid as well. So a bit disincentivized to go for an ambitious play by himself. You're putting stock in the 4 players of Full Sense being able to do something at this A site that you got to figure out soon as DFM.
4-person stack again. Look at him.
Starting to get an
Oh
inkling,
my,
but also
that's
getting
a far
surprised
shot,
by
bro.
these swings. The high Killua. Akami presses the issue all the way up from front main, and now it's May popping off with the overdrive, trying to look for more targets.
I love this from Primi as well.
Yeah, and
you always got to
honestly,
be
this
worried about an overdrive
Leonor
going ham
isn't getting
against you, so the
anything.
fact that he goes into the drift can commune to his teammates what's happening with May.
It's fantastic calling as well. At the
That's,
same time, the team swings
Dude, it's so weird to watch Full Sense because I'm trying to work out how long their playstyle will last for, where they just like 4-1 the whole time with just info. Like they really mix it up, man. They mix it up, but at the same time, is it not too obvious? Is it eventually going to get sussed out? Maybe they add in so many normal rounds that it's just okay. And find an eco though. Yeah, but dude, look how much they do it. It's way more than in any other team.
You start to see some adjustments come through from DFM in their initial 30-second, 40-second timer on the round.
It's obviously,
We're already just seeing this
good for them.
Control
I mean, he's loving it.
Full Sense, not really doing too much over it, be happy enough to keep
It's like this, mate. This one ain't an eco.
There. And why change it if it ain't broke, right? Do the same thing again. Up towards A for Full Sense. Really push DFM out of this position. Funnel them in towards mid. You're also kind of feeling happy with your B retakes at the moment, so...
Okay, the problem with that is this creates so much pressure now. Push in, but only one shot it. They carry on pushing.
What they might not know is that this is
Yeah,
the
and they think it's
squad
won.
from Full Sense on the other
They think
end.
it's won.
Leviathan taking 2 down. Thigh with another trade. It's just Yatska left. Can he hold them off?
Dude, they
Not
play so
quite.
they play so
After Prudy
different.
sprints forward with that Phantom. Full
Teams
Sense
don't do this.
6-2 now.
Happy to get down and dirty.
Like honestly, if you know that a team, once you trigger like a bit of info util, likes to go re-clear it, like that's their pro school every single time, it's going to work well. Like this against Fnatic would work. Promise you.
DFM's choice. Full Sense opting to start on the defensive side, and if they're able to come out on the swing of things with a very handsome halftime scoreline, well, they're going to just look to, again, take the fights over on attack and maybe close this one. The attack side against DRX, rather, is where they started off with a really
so now
good play
with
as
the
well.
timeout, do they change it up?
They found the pistol, they found the bonus, they were off to a great start, really locking them out, getting those plants down. So the fact that Full Sense are already showing here that they're pretty much all 5 in the server fighting.
I mean they got a good amount of info from the swing here. You at least know they're doing this now.
Of what's happening right now. So I actually kind of like for Full Sense
Kind of a couple of rounds in a row that you've seen it. And they've done it before.
Some assistance to DFM to try and figure out how to get back into it, but it also gives Cruz a bit of a free pass to just have a bit of a check with the team to make sure that, you know, they're doing right. Any little slip-ups that we've seen in the 2 rounds that they've lost, just making sure you're not going to have too much of a change that needs to come out from Cruz right now, which, you know, as a new coach is got to be great for him, a great feeling.
Definitely, right? Because he's also looking to enable his players. Now we're seeing Ty come off with a roaring start, especially the first initial rounds. So this is definitely, like what you mentioned, you know, all 5 present in the server, DFM. What is that macro change going to be?
Top 3 duelists overall? I'm not sure at the moment, man. It's hard to say. I think I do think this year is the year of Darker, though.
Change of utility for Full Sense. Killjoy util over towards the
You gotta get on board with the Darker stocks early this year, I think.
Slightly switched up, but Yatska just going all the way in. Perhaps looking for an opening from this spot. A lot of space being garnered on.
The 5v5 retake.
Just respecting it for now.
We saw what they did with the retake last time. Everyone's got to kind of play over towards site because of the pressure of the Astra ult. Not that we're 100% sure they can use that.
The util of the ults for DFM though, as I kind of theorized, but deploying in the drift. Now the Hunter's Fury maybe
There's 3 people behind this. I'm not sure. Not sure DFM can win this round, but it's a great flash.
Yatska is enough. Just playing forward enough, and the showstopper unfortunately will not quite connect.
What a beast, though. He made it so doable.
Now Full Sense, they have the Nightfall. It gets sent in. Akame trying to hold off with time. He's alone by the pillar. Every single beam's been sent out. Can he land
it's unlucky. They gave this a really good try. Did the Yoru playing behind and then just flashing was... It looked like the flash was incredible.
Full Sense members are at the end there. If the Hunter's Fury did connect, could have been a very different story. This is why I said, though, when that divide comes out, you are probably needing to drop a lot as DFM. You don't have a way to get back.
It's not too bad, Mighty. It's just like in Prac, basically, where you just flick between your own POVs. You're just trying to piece the rest of the minimap together, like their stuff.
Watching the angles that they need to, knowing that they've got that player advantage still.
This was unlucky, man. This was close. I didn't like them all playing behind, but the flash push was pretty good. Then you had the second layer of the Sova ult after.
Hero time instead of May now.
Dude,
on
they are so proactive, man. Look at all of this, though.
Definitely not right, Kimono.
Every single time Full Sense gets like good info somewhere on the map.
Full Sense in their recent series. So perhaps they might have adjusted to it as well.
I mean, you've got a serial Bucky abuser in the form of Dami on that one, so let's be real. That's a different beast.
You meant to do it against this stuff? I mean, the Sova drone should just win you rounds.
This half is certainly getting away from
Sova drone should just be sick info.
Waiting for the time to tick on down. Sub 1
You can normally tell by how people play against a Sova drone if there's multiple there or not. Like if they're going out of their way to shoot it, especially if you're about to clear an angle, you pretty much know 2 is there, maybe more. If they're hiding, it's fine. As long as you're checking the main spots. Really nice from him to go to the 1 pos that just got cleared. Dude, that's a nuts shot from me.
Still though, it's Jit Boys and Primi. Primi with an op. 3v2.
Spike planted.
Recon gets sent forward and Jit Boys will keep it in check. At the same time revealing his position though, and look at the little high-low alongside stairs. Tough angle to break. Primi might just have to save, but at this point he's stuck.
Yeah, luck around's gonna secure this.
Up behind him. He wants to possibly go for the rifle, but
whoa, that is a shot, mate.
Swaps to the shorty, picks
Did
up
he?
the gun,
No.
and now looks for main. Does he know that Kaide's behind him? Thinks to clear main. Doesn't quite see anything. Sends out clones
good info
to make
now.
more noise. Nano Storm's coming in to keep him off the spike. Primi now knows where his targets are, but he's running out of time. Gets the kills, holds onto the up for dear life.
A much needed round for DFM to be able to sneak away with it.
Hey, that was a nice try from him, man. That was a nice try. Actually kind of made it doable.
A bit of a slip up in the mix.
Yeah, if they'd messed up a little bit, it would have been doable.
Finishing off your own teammate. Generally, when you push towards the main stairs,
May getting this kill is the whole round, really.
In for a multi-frag. It's probably one of the most corners that always goes unchecked. So it's kind of crazy that Dai doesn't get away with more than one there. Sensational aim to come through from May. And just a little bit too difficult at the end for Primi to come away with a proper clutch. He'll come away with a bit of an effort to take down his opponents, but on the thrifty side of things, it's not going to be a good feeling. You look towards what we see on the side of DFM now. Glass Cannon operator for Yardscup on this attacking side. Got the angle against Primi, and he wins that first and foremost.
Knowing that that's possibly what Primi did in the previous round. Fantastic opener. And then leaning heavy onto the A side.
Where Full Sense are not really budging. They put a lot of stock in holding this site for the tendencies of DFM that will more often than not come here. But what do you do now? Do you overthink things? I think these are kind of the rounds that we start to see a bit of slack for Full Sense. That they're
as soon as this turret goes off, though, they're going to know anyway.
Growth in, right? It's that macro, that game plan idea, having crews now out of the server. Can Jip Boys really step up with all these ideas and right reads?
They just got too much util to lose this, surely.
He's calling something really interesting right now.
Double molly.
Just leaving the side open.
Mollies go out on the spike. Astra suck on this one.
Trying to offer some sort of flank Komodo.
On bottom range this time.
For DFM across the board on this A site. Alarm bot revealing flank. You've pushed all the way through Secret, through Flowers.
And unfortunately, that's exactly where DFM will be able to hold their ground. Quickly recognizing the situation. Stars being set up as well. Leviathan tries to look for a couple more peeks, but the rest of the team off the races to save.
Yeah, this one is just already too far gone. So
dude, if they can get a 5, it's very good with what was going on.
Do something,
because they were getting a little wrecked at the beginning.
It doesn't really
Fast rotates on defense. One that can hold B. Yeah, it's winnable.
Kills in here to really have a bit of a problem thrown their way. So a risk for me for Leviathan there. Would have loved to say 3 guns in the next round for them.
Yeah, it's a classic.
They have to force up now because it is the last round of the half. A little bit sloppy there, and a miss mid-round read too. Well done for DFM, however. Maybe it brings a little bit of stability onto them for the tail end of this one. They can convert this into a 7-5. So it's not like they're going to just see Full Sense roll over and die either, right? Primi still with that drift with the operator. Guns are plenty still for the rest of the squad as well.
There's definitely still potential for this to end in 8-4. Yatsuka with the off still as well, though.
Yeah, I'd give it over to Cess for what we've just seen. He came out with a pretty gnarly flick in the mix too. But it's all good. Cosmic Divide for Cess.
Chat, who did Envy play for their first game?
Lay it in later on.
With Demon 1.
Drop that after a plant is down, so we'll see how this little execute comes down in towards the site with all of the utility and a reveal on a Jip Boys.
And you would think Full Sense should be prepared for this, but unfortunately Jip Boys will get surprised.
Yeah,
the TP
it's nice that this one actually works out as well. Primi has ult to retake.
Close enough, but
might as well just put the Astro down.
Being set up. It's Primi who goes in dimensional drift.
Astro gives him a lot of space though. That worries me a little bit.
Cosmic Divide, as you called, does come in right after the plant. Makes things a lot more difficult for Full Sense to break through. They're trying with the paint shells. They're trying with elevated angles. And
I think they gave him too much space, man.
Yatsuka says they have to hold it off. They managed to do it right around the edge of the
dude,
smoke.
This guy farms out on B in the afterblunts, holy. That was so worrying.
I noticed for Full Sense in that first kill on for the retake, 4 assists onto the kill that Dai has. Everybody trying to do everything they can for Full Sense in towards that one. Bit surprised at Leviathan with the Sheriff and 4 smokes available. Wanted to have a bit of a peek in through street early on, but hey, see if he can get somebody caught lacking, and they weren't really in this one. DFM playing around their own Cosmic Divide quite nicely. The Bucky misses its shot at the tail end there. Unfortunate. And that's a bit of a steadying mark for the likes of DFM here as well. 7-5 after a bit of a slow start in this map. Dropping the pistol, dropping the bonus.
Why get rid of Inspire though? It's a 1-for-1 in terms of roles if you're just going to go for Chamber. And I don't think it's anything wrong in game. It's probably a mix of two things. Maybe personality stuff. They got a lot of personalities on that team, like big personalities. And then it's just opportunity. Demon 1 might be the best chamber in the world right now.
Massively on the flip up as well,
you can pick him up.
If
you want to win, you got to be a savage sometimes.
A little bit more deeper involvement with as well is map pools currently for the teams in Kickoff, right? We've got some different ideas around the globe too with this new triple elimination format. We've got a team like DFM, which is an example of playing the field. They're just showing
Whoever
us
wins
7 maps.
between Lev and Sen goes on a lower bracket run. I
got
got more confidence in Lev going on a run than I do Sen. Sen's going to take a bit of time, man. Sen's issues, in my opinion, is not a weak fix. I think it will take, like, I think they, honestly, might be better for them to lose and then have like the month and a half. That's where I'm at. Obviously, they can beat the Lev game, but to go on like a full run, I think Lev have more of a chance.
Instead of trying to play to the meta at the moment, because it's not working for them. So really, when
Redux
we look at
has
this
been
right
spamming
now,
Waylay and ranked. I think
really
that's a good move, man. I think that is a good move. I think he needs to be the fearless. I think he needs to be the fearless space maker.
Sheriffs and ghosts.
And then Narrate just needs to be on cleanup duties.
As they look to tend towards A for now.
For a bit of two things, bit of comfort. I don't think he looks comfortable on Waylay. I also don't think he's got the right mental to be the fearless sender. Like to be the fearless, like Ty. I have confidence that he can just go 0-12.5 and then he'll just frag out next half. Like he just knows on attack I gotta make space. And I just do dumb stuff to make space. Whereas like Narrate, I worry for his mental. I kinda always have. He's very emotional, especially in player cams.
Taking a lot of different positions as well makes things a lot more.
Mada's a great example of that, yeah.
Take the kills that will be much more successful, and Kaede chiming in with the frags coming
very nice, man. Nice retake on this one. We got a 1-1 on the pistols. This is very doable.
And that is a pistol where DFM lose their first blood as well, right?
Mada, yeah, Mada might be the best example. Mada will literally make a play, it will fail, and then he'll do the same play next round.
But at the tail end of it, not
like
in great crossfires.
I think he doesn't like previous rounds affect him kind of vibes.
As well that shakes things up. Yatska's buying time for the team to rotate as well with getting some damage. It's
Danby's. I mean, Danby's. See, I think Danby's a good example also, but Danby's kind of on his own little tier, in my opinion. I think he's the best at it. What Danby does is so hard to replicate. I know Danby's, the thing is, Danby will make the space, but I know he's not going 0-12. That's why he's on his own little tier, man. He's getting at least 12 Bucky kills, probably.
Momentum department right now, diving forward after the turret takes contact.
Yep. Something we see Kaede love to do here as well, as opposed to the way Chipboys was doing it. Wasn't really playing too much toward mid doors as he was that B anchor. Rest of the team on.
They know they're going to be playing against weak side. Up to the drone.
Problem is,
contacting here. You would imagine they have one, so they might use util.
This once again
yeah, okay, they got to make sound either way.
Play for full sense if they want to stick around.
Make sound. Rotate comes over.
If they do go to the other side against an outlaw of Yatska, could be quite damaging.
Who gets their ult close? Kame?
Could be damaging as well with all the players from DFM right around the corner. Primi able to find one Leviathan as well, but
sure, it's a nice cleanup. They should be okay with the damage.
2 kills in the mix is not going to be too problematic for DFM, couple of Bulldogs, and that Outlaw, of course.
It would somehow still be positive. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Next round, as full sense, you look towards the shields, and Leviathan will be susceptible off the rip unless they adjust that with something of a Guardian and a full shield. So look to see him maybe play back a little bit more. And now we do start to ask the questions of full sense. What do your attacks look like on this one? Is it too one-dimensional? Are you trying to death ball in towards these sites? Do you have more of a steady play layered throughout the round or not?
Great questions to pose. And, you know, earlier to your point, it definitely could be quite telling just seeing how they operate the map differently, especially with Killjoys at hand as well. So, slight forward approach, full sense back towards A.
And the difference as well on these defenses too, having the Sober instead of the Fade, is the A main control at the moment. Akame has to kind of
that light armor.
Use that drone a little bit later on. The super early
you're the only one with that light armor. You got to get out of there.
They do kind of get it at the right time. Drone to reveal. You bring May back over towards the A site. You hear silence around the B site. You've got the turret watching mid doors still. You've also got the alarm bot up towards A. So you are feeling pretty comfortable as DFM at the moment. This starts to really tick on down as well. Starts to look a little bit wonky, perhaps. Akame risking it here.
May as well, perhaps.
Oh, how's that not? Wait, how's that not hit?
Flashes abound, and it will be full sense being able to kick down the doors. Primy towards the back of Flowers as well. It's going to be Kaide's turn pretty soon, and that's where he hits the deck. Jutsutka left with this Outlaw.
Yeah, juggling the plant over towards Thai, it looks like as well, to get that showstopper online as
you
soon
need
as
to do
possible.
some damage.
Not a bad shout.
Oh
as
boy,
will
not that much damage.
Just losing
Important rounds, especially for DFM.
For full sense. So no
I don't know how sorry, I don't know how it's Ty that got hit by this, right, and survived on 50.
So
I don't know how Ty tanks this. Felt like it was on. It
It
wasn't even Jip Boy, 77.
I said in that bit a bit risky for Akame because it did look like he was going to peek out from the back of sight before the smokes were even down, before May could get himself situated to get that slide ready. He did think better of it, but in the end, kind of off and on.
Yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Tie one away.
Oh, the
B orb is the one.
With the plan. Let's see what Akame
Let's
can
talk about
do.
the
Nice
Odin.
DFM
Talk about the money, big rounds.
Area and Jip Boys. The drone will expire before Hit can find him, but putting Yatska on the line.
Feels weird from Jip Boys there to not be expecting that angle. He's WA walking into that angle. That's so weird.
Yeah, they're going to try and get on in.
Not a proper swing.
To go retake his DFM here, or maybe not anymore. Primy, he was silent in the first half. If he starts to step up, it's going to be scary.
Ty gets a kill, the round's done.
May's going to start to make a lot of noise as well. Oh, no, slides in the corner. And this is where Leviathan will start to pop off. Cess finding frags now. It's Primy and Cess in a 1v1. The angle's favoring Primy, though. All he has to do is hold. Cess revealing his shoulder at the wrong moment. Full sense.
Force him down to an eco.
Gets close at the end.
That was a proper swing. That was not a proper swing. You talking about this? My guy is swinging like this. W and A. That's not a proper swing, bro. I would hope most people in chat hit that shot.
Or rather from his teammate. But anyway, here we go. That's what I wanted to see from Cess. Because we've always had some kind of questions
about that one? I mean, Primy's on an off angle.
Disconnected action from how he likes
that's a little different. This is a common angle that they just set this guy up. He should be more ready for that. This is an off angle that's a little harder to get a good peek on.
The team a little bit more, getting a little bit more dirty into these fights where required seems to be.
It's about the swing and B. Oh, okay.
Second on the board right now, yeah, but
well,
with the current guns,
good rounds. Good round to talk about swinging.
Yeah, need a whole lot more.
This round does not tip into your favor as DFM. The scales they go the other way unless somehow you can bait the Full Sense members into this Bucky of May. You can draw attention away as Akame backside with the drone and the dart, or Yatska. Some good flashes clone, perhaps.
He's been trying it for the past several rounds now, but they're still not paying off. Primy, though!
Damn, bro, that's my eco hunter right there.
Now Jip Boys will get involved into
that's how you don't get eco'd, dude.
Able to hold and do a
got someone that good of an outlaw, you ain't getting eco'd, man.
Certainly makes things interesting. Imagine a world in which he found 3, right? Could have put Cess in a position potentially for that 1 versus 2 clutch, but right now, if you are Cess, you've got nothing to play for, right? You already have your ult. You got guns in the next rounds. You've already used a couple stars in this one. Jitboys is one away from the lockdown, so if you die to him, you give him
Bunch
the
of
ult for the
aimers,
next round
yeah.
instead of them challenging for an orb, which will be 5 ults on the side of Full Sense.
Yikes.
Now, I will kind of have to highlight today, I would like to see
The
ultimates
Bucky,
used
they've been
by
a
teams.
little unlucky. I mean, this one was more ranged. The other one was...
Yeah, we're referencing the
He
games
is,
from
he is good with
yesterday,
it, though.
unfortunately, this time, you know, perhaps trying to go for a weapon here or there, but it's Premi with the outlaw.
I would like to see a timeout in for DFM here as well.
Is that what
as they,
EDG should do?
lost a
Give
bit of a
Kang
grip
the
on
outlaw?
this half so far.
EDG to stop getting ecoed? I mean, that's one step.
I am going
They've got to actually use some initiator util, though.
which is good.
I've never seen a team
We
use
saw
less
last time as well,
initiator
right, when that
util
timeout came
against
down,
the
a massive
ecos.
change of utility from the side of Full Sense.
I'm actually
where
not
it's
sure
good for
I've
them
seen
right
a
now.
drone
That KJ util from the B side
against
to the A
an
side, really
eco.
making DFM
Timeout.
question
For
what is going to
EDG.
be happening. For right now, though, another opportunity for
They
DFM
just
to
don't
try
use
and
it for
come
some
up with
reason.
some new ideas against what Full Sense are doing. You're going to have your upgrades of weapons. You're going to have a slight couple of ultimates to be able to challenge. But these are the swing rounds in the map. If you can come away with this one as DFM, you give yourselves a bit of fresh air. If you lose this one, the curtains start to close a little bit as Full Sense will reset your economy again. You're looking towards maybe half buying to stave them off from 12, and they get my point. There's some very big weight on this round for the
Is
Japanese
that how
side.
it was when they won champs?
100%.
Oh,
I
mate,
felt
dude,
this
they got
thing as soon
ecoed
as you
all the
said it.
time in that champs as well.
At the same
That
time,
was
though,
nuts.
we do have a couple of Thai pop idols in our audience seats, I believe. I think
Just
are
because someone won
showing
champs doesn't mean that they're
somewhere in the
perfect
crowd.
teams
So a
and
little
players,
shout out to
mate.
them. But for now, yeah, this
I
very
respect
well
the
could be Full
attempts,
Sense
though.
taking away their opponent's map pick.
But if you watch it back,
Depending on
mate,
how
I
this
promise
round
you, they
goes.
got ecoed a
Big guns
lot. It
coming
would
out.
have been one of the
Yeah, I
easiest
mean,
events ever
it's
if
gonna
they
be a
cleaned
reset.
that
If
up.
you don't find this one, you got to have some questions in the next one as a team collectively. So let's see for DFM, can they stretch this one out, make it work? Currently the Yatska show over on DFM's side.
It makes it fun.
Maybe
Oh, it makes it
missing.
insanely fun. Honestly, the sloppy
Eventual
games are
drift in
normally
from
fun,
Premi.
more fun to watch than
Things
the
out towards
fun
main,
games.
nice and early
than
spot
the
that both
clean
of the
games.
duelists are there, push things a little bit more in towards the B side.
Like
Team
normally a
in tow,
clean
but
game in
not
Valorant
really.
is like a
It's a ruse,
13-4
it's a
because you've
fake.
just
I
snowballed so well.
absolutely
The other
love it
team's like
because
pretty
DFM
decent
have
because they've
fallen
managed to
hook, line,
all
and
counter
sinker.
you on their rounds, but
Fantastic calling coming
I mean,
through
that's
off
not
the
fun to
timeout
watch.
as well.
you gotta have
This
a
is
bit of slop in there.
multi-dimensional chess game because the
Bro, they've
spike gets
wrecked
delivered
them
over to
on
the
this
A side
round.
for free.
And you've got some
Oh, they've
time as
wrecked
well,
them
because
with
you
this
have to
fake.
invest your util right now as DFM. How far forward do you think Full Sense have pushed?
Surely
Well,
they
they've got
don't
some
need to
stalling
push too
action as
far
well.
with
Tail
some of
end
these
this,
ults.
Killua with the Nightfall, Die with the Showstopper.
Jitboy's getting
Vibe with the Cosmic Divide.
Jitboy's getting
Could
a
be
kill.
gorgeous
It does mean,
Cosmic Divide
or
first though, but look at the positions that Full Sense take. Knowing
yeah,
that this could be where DFM
Astra suck.
might want to rotate
Bit
over
worried that
from.
Jitboys
Now,
didn't put his molly
Slightly
down on the
revealing
spike
themselves,
though.
getting on top of the spike. Kaide tries to get halfway, but gets off the last second because of nano swarms. Now though, should be Full Sense's time to send off those ultimates. Showstopper, Premi diving in.
It is a nice little jump peek to see if they'd actually stuck it again.
Lost their grip over the spike, over the
Oh,
side.
they
have to
wrecked them, man.
relinquish
This was probably the
round.
most
It's just
pivotal
so
round.
overwhelming
It
for
was a
Full Sense.
solid
That is
fake.
a fantastic idea on
And a
how to
double
tackle this
duelist
round
fake.
and really show something you haven't done just yet on your attacking side. It is a great way to sell the fake that DFM.
Why
just
did they get
fall
off the
for it
spike? They got Astra sucked.
absolutely, and there's no real way they get back into it. I mean, the timing on the gravity well from Leviathan just before the spike gets half defused is perfect. Cess is caught by himself, and again, you've got aspects of the tail end as well for a bit of exit strategies for Full Sense. You've got the rest of your ultimates, that Showstopper going in.
Yeah,
There was
you
an
got the
extra
thumbs
Saxon
up.
Die to pop you off the spike defuse if you needed to, if they were losing the kills. Because, mate, they weren't really losing the kills there.
Back to the eco farm.
Especially when Premi's playing like this. 21 kills and 8 deaths only. DFM now trying to take charge.
Another buy for DFM. Got to try and stick it to the man in this one. Full Sense. Opportunity to try and make it a pretty convincing scoreline on your opponent's map pick. A map that you don't shy away from currently either. Happy to play it. Getting another dub here on it would further that. Bit of backing up towards this B site now from Cess. Locking himself in. There's a Kame. Finds an opener in a more slow-paced round.
Will Reyna ever be playable in VCT? I mean, some people comfort pick it, but never going to be a good agent for other than ranked.
As soon as they try to break through, unfortunately, DFM are completely prepared. Cess, May, all fighting one apiece. It's just Leviathan left on the other end of that smoke, and even at that point,
Meteor, yeah.
Really hope for
Solid
kills,
comfort.
Perhaps, but
damn, bro. Damn, dude. No. Wait, we actually gonna win that?
Jasyatka left onto the operator. Potential wallbang spot.
Oh god.
Unfortunately whiffs as the spot goes down.
It's so hard now for this guy to
holds a
retake.
favorable angle.
Dude, this was a nuts round, man. 1v4.
Got something that you could definitely do. He's trying to fake it. Leviathan Jax! It's a Red Bull clutch 1v4.
As if he went for the fake, man.
That is
He went for the fake one, dude. It couldn't have a better ending.
He has absolutely
couldn't have a better ending.
Like crazy. You lose first opener. You lose.
He gave it one bullet and
realized.
realized.
Your opponents. It's a bloody 5 versus 2, man. And he just comes back in towards this one with some absolute sharp shots. The fake clone attempts, reading it. You see it. No, not falling for that, mate. Oh,
that's funny.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Taking that back.
Is that the nail in the coffin moment
Damn.
in this
Aris.
You of course have to force
Dude,
now as it's 5
at 11-7
points
to do a
DFM.
fake clone in a
Knockdown,
1v1, I got
Fury,
mad respect for
overdrive,
that. I
have
know
to
he lost
rely
in,
upon some
he
big
looks a
value
little
ults in this
foolish,
one
but
where Full Sense didn't deploy all of theirs as
to have the confidence to do that, that's my kind of player, man. Respect.
We'll start off with the Nightfall from Full Sense into the A site, calling the reinforcements for DFM over.
You just have to drop the lockdown here as Kaide. You're not really in a great position to be able to put it.
There's not many other players that would have gone for that.
See if you can stall your opponents away, which they're not forcing a plant here, Full Sense.
Yeah, just wanting to draw out the ults. Look at the macro game they're playing.
I mean, look at just the, again, over-rotation from DFM. The B side is completely unguarded. You'd almost feel like Akame, as soon as they hear the tap on towards the spike, you'd have to rip the Hunter's Fury, but he's so far away from the piece. They're thinking it's a fake. DFM are thinking that Full Sense are coming back towards the A site, and it's the wrong decision.
Absolute confidence from Full Sense as well to be able to make these plays. Look at Premi holding the off angle. It's an outlaw. He's not going to be able to connect the shot, but it still buys perhaps enough time away from Kaide to join the rest of the team. Now Hunter's Spirit gets deployed to deal with the lockdown. May dives in on the action,
Yeah,
but Jit Boys has it set up.
The done one.
Everything denying.
It is a lovely map to watch from Full Sense, though.
It's Akame. They're trying to find the shots. They
Hey,
found a couple. Can they get even
Premi's
more
had a
done?
shocker in this
Jit Boy
round,
from the
but
back of holes suddenly reveals his presence, and Cess needs to clear it. 1v2 just to keep DFM in the game, but he gets hit.
Very, very nice. Oh, really nice to watch from Full Sense on this. They look good, man. Had some nice pistols. Good shots. The anti-ecos are clean. Their fake on the big buy rounds were good. They maybe messed up like that one round with the Astral with the on the retake.
He had to have a kick up the butt in that one, you feel. He got his moment. That 1 versus 4 had to feel so good